Ever since the release of our first ever roles within Red Dead, being the trader, the collector and the bounty hunter, Rockstar have always said that when they release other roles within the future, they will carry on updating the previous roles. So that brings up the question of, with the next major update that we get for this game, will there be any changes to the original roles? Back on the Moonshine update, we did see a very small change for the collector role. Originally, when the collector role was first released, it seemed like Rockstar visioned players going to Madame Nazar, buying collector maps, finding those collectibles, and then coming back to Madame Nazar. But realistically, no player in their right mind is doing that. We'll use the interactive collector map, which shows every single collectible location. And it seems like Rockstar tried to change this with the Moonshine update by adding additional cycles to these collector sets and changing which cycle it is for every single collectible on every single day. So not every collectible is in the exact same cycle. This meant that there was a huge variety in collectible locations every single day. And that is the only change that we've had for the original roles. But it seems like going forward, there's going to be bigger changes. In a Polygon interview a couple of weeks ago with some Rockstar devs, it does say here that they are thinking about adding to the collector role, and that could very well lead on to additions to the bounty hunter and also the trader. It says, in addition, previously introduced roles are still going to get upgrades and love from the devs. We would love to keep adding new collections and additional variety to collector gameplay, eventually adding the next step, much in the same way that the Moonshiner is the evolution of the trader. One idea we really want to explore is the idea of posse members each finding a distinctly different part of an item, and when brought together forms the collectible you can log in your collection. And with how the collector role is set up, a lot of us did expect new collections and additional variety to collect the gameplay. I know some of you guys have talked about being able to collect fossils, because fossils have been dotted around the world of Red Dead, but it's also not hard to add a different type of set for the family heirlooms, as well as adding different types of sets for jewelry, tarot cards, anything like that. That can all be scaled up, and you can have maybe 5 or 6 different collections just put to tarot cards, or maybe 5 or 6 different collections just put to jewelry. So with how the collector role set up, it is definitely scalable, and we believe that that was going to be the biggest update we would get for the original roles. Maybe with the trader there was a few different ways that you can resupply your camp, and then maybe with the bounty hunter we could have got a few more legendary bounties. But going on to the next bit of what it said, it seems like they're looking to add more gameplay to these roles. I think the idea of being in a posse and finding different parts of the same collectible is a very good idea, as long as it still can be done by a player that wants to play by themselves. The whole idea of roles is being able to make your own path. It'd be kind of disappointing if now you have to get 4 of your posse members to be part of the exact same role just so you can finish it. In my head, there's not much of a problem having this still be done by a lone player. Obviously, by having 4 posse members go and get each a piece of the exact same collectible, bringing that back together, that's going to be done a lot quicker than one player going to 4 different collectible locations to put that collectible together. So I'm hoping that you can still play this role by yourself. But because of all of this talk, because of this interview, it's got a few players thinking, what if? What if instead of new fresh roles, we got extra gameplay to the original roles? All 4 roles that we currently have within Red Dead can all be scaled up. Maybe an extra 20 levels for each role again. So the max rank goes from 20 all the way up to 40 for all 4 roles. We know that Rockstar want to make changes to the collector role just because it's not playing out how they want to, and I do believe that within the next update, they will make changes to the collector sets again, either by making more cycles or finding another way that we're not having to use the interactable map. As already mentioned, because of this interview, there are things that they already want to add to this role, but I could also go onto the trader, bounty hunter and moonshiner. It seems like with the trader, I've been saying it ever since it's been released, that it's not quite there, it's not being completed. You can buy these vehicles, but unfortunately when you take them to the stable, there's an upgrade option, but you cannot upgrade it because there's nothing in that upgrade menu. And it's the exact same with the bounty hunting wagon. So Rockstar could come back, add another 20 levels to the trader and also the bounty hunter, which give you unlockables for these vehicles. There could be additional resupply missions for the trader as well. With the bounty hunter, you can get different types of legendary bounties as well as bounties that you find from the bounty board. I think most of us that have been playing ever since the release of the bounty hunter role, we have played through every single type of bounty within the majority of locations. And finally with the moonshiner, there can still very well be updates for that. There's only 5 missions, and by far those 5 missions are the best missions within Red Dead Online, and I would love to see more of them. But the resupply can also change. We can definitely get some more resupply missions, which also go over to the dynamic events. So there's still a lot of room for the original roles to be updated. We can easily get another 20 plus ranks, which will then let us have more unlockables for the role itself, and maybe even some unlocks for customization. But it all comes down to this: do you guys actually want that? This is just a theory that's starting to brew up. I've seen quite a few people talk about it. This is something that I've mentioned before on this channel where I would like to see updates to the original roles. But would you prefer updates to the original roles which can change gameplay massively, or would you just like some new roles? Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.